This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I am Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperwise.
If you would like to grab KoperCrabb merch, you can hit up KoperCrabb.bigcartel.com. If you would like to buy ENTHEOS merch, that's our band. I do vocals. Naveen plays drums and writes all of the instruments. He's multitasking back there. Then hit up www.entheosstore.com. We send all of the merch, so if you leave a note, we will see it. Today
you won't even get a handwritten note back.
You'll get a handwritten note back from me.
Those are pretty popular, those notes.
That's true, they're very popular. Today our guests on the podcast are, I'm going to say Tommy Reyes and Brandon Busa of I Am. Do you guys actually go by I Am Texas, or that's just a thing to differentiate?
We normally go by I Am, but just different bands in different like countries, like our Boys in Paleface, like they'll say I Am Texas and stuff like that, just to make sure everyone knows. But yeah, we typically just go by it I Am.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
Which is
sick band name, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
When I heard that, I was like, "Fuck, that's sick."
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that. But
okay.
Well, dude, we heard you guys. You guys were playing with Havoc and Toxic Holocaust, and I can't remember who opened the tour.
Hammerhead did.
Okay, Hammerhead. So we walked in during your guys' set. And like, that was the first time that I'd really heard you guys. I knew about the band and stuff, but I think probably the first time he'd heard you too. Yeah. And you guys just fucking killed so hard. And you like, your riffs are like kind of like beer drinking music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
It makes me want to drink beer. And like, just watching you guys live that night, you killed so hard that we became instant fans of your band.
Oh yeah. It
was so sick. How's the rest of that tour?
It was insane. Yeah, that one was a really fun tour in general. Just because with the newer sound we had been doing, or like we were talking earlier about how it's kind of like changed over the years, especially for the newer stuff. That was one of the tours where it fit better to like pitch our new songs to the crowd, and it was just like everyone was like enjoying it. The crowds were just really responding to that music. So it was the beer drinking metal type of thing. Yeah, just front row headbangers and all that. Like, It was a great tour all the way around.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it seemed like it. It was a super sick vibe when you guys went on.
Thank you.
We were like, "This is fun."
Yeah, I was actually wondering do you guys take a front of house person with you, or who was mixing you?
I'm not sure who was doing it that tour. It might have just been like the house guy.
Really?
I think.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, because we just the last tour we did was Suicide Silence in Chelsea Green. That was one of the first times in a while we actually paid someone to do sound every day. So yeah, I think that was just the Basement East guy. Shout out
He fucking crushed it.
He literally crushed it. I was like there was the perfect
sick.
amount of like verb. There was a vibe when you guys were on. Like the lighting was great, and your vocalist, what's his name?
Andrew.
Okay, Andrew is like
He
was like sweaty and shit.
Yeah, he was just killing,
killing it,
and
Muscular
shouting.
beast, yeah,
and shouting Texas and about Texas in between.
That's one of his things for sure.
Well, is that like something that was built into the band, the Texas? Like you're all from Texas, right?
Right. Yeah.
And what part?
It's all scattered. Like me and Andrew are from DFW, Chris and Brandon are Houston, and then Jaden's from San Antonio. So a little bit scattered, but yeah, I would say the Texas like brand of music is just like something we just grew up with or were influenced by from being by Texas in that like scene. So I don't know, but like the stage thing with Andrew, like it's just emphasizing where we're from, just having fun with it.
I think it's rad.
Yeah.
Well, and there are a bunch of sick bands that are coming out of Texas right now. Like a bunch of sick. You guys are kind of like you've got like this hardcore, but also thrashy and death metal thing. And there are a bunch of sick, like pure OSDM type bands coming out of Texas.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Like, what's in the water in Texas? What's going on? Such sick bands.
Yeah, I don't know. Just there's like a lot of really sick people to look up to in Dallas or in DFW or Texas in general. Obviously like Pantera and stuff. And then
I was wondering if that's like, did Pantera?
It kind of sounds like the next wave of Pantera influenced metal, but like with death metal and more thrashy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely influences coming from everywhere, from like thrash to death metal and stuff. And like the hardcore scenes in Texas is just like, that's kind of something we all kind of came up in, even though we started a little bit more like deathcore realm, and then just kind of just moved on to like different, exploring different stuff. And I would say like Iron Age and like Power Trip and all those guys like in Texas, it's like, you're growing up in the scene which is filled with amazing music. So it's, kind of rubs off on you. And inspires you to like do other stuff too. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
like a bit of the inspiration for me personally, but I know we all have like our own strains of that going on. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you write a lot of the music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like an original member. Did you start the band?
No. Andrew's the only original because he started it like as a different band in high school or something, and then but the first
He
release-
is.
Yeah, technically he is. Yeah, Andrew, that's for sure. But yeah, it was just like some friends of his from high school, and he like renamed the band and all that. And then that first EP, there's like an EP before that one that you were playing earlier. That's I think 2014. So it's been around for a minute. And I joined like I want to say at the end of 2015. So yeah, I think
Pretty long
Andrew's-
time still. I mean, shit.
Yeah, for
9
sure.
years.
Well, I was kind of wondering about the early EP thing because I was looking around, I was doing a little research on you guys, and the internet says that you've been a band for like, it was a really long time, maybe 15 years.
I think if you count like the first band, the different name that Andrew started it under, that could be the case.
2010, 2011.
Something like that, yeah.
Damn. That's cool. So it all became of like something he was doing in high school, which is, it's kind of rare that bands like evolve out of the high school thing and keep going for that long of a time.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, it's been really cool since they got me. I think I was a senior in high school when we started like hanging out and like talking about jamming together and stuff. So it was like kind of right after that I started doing it with them. And then we got Brandon not too long, or no, actually it's been a while.
Yeah,
like 4
years.
Yeah.
A word. So
super
Time flies though, man.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll say shit like that. I'm like, yeah, the other day when we were changed, like that was 10 years ago.
It's insane actually. Yeah.
So did you just know them and then that's how you
I knew
joined?
them in high school. I mean, we're like 3 hours away from each other, but Jay from Unity used to be in the band, and I knew him on Twitter, and he's like, yo, check my band out. And it was I Am. And this is like 2011. Started playing shows with them with my local bands. 2015. Met Andrew, and just became friends with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys have like been touring the whole time you've been in the band. When did you like really start touring full time?
I think the full-time touring thing was probably 2017 or 2016, 2017. It was like my first tour back from school because I went to college for a year and then came back when we got like an offer for KublaiKhan and like left behind just like a bunch of friends. I was like, I'm not going to miss that, So I think ever since then it's been pretty nonstop until like the pandemic and everything. And like right before the pandemic was when we got Brandon. We just like hit him up because we needed somebody to play drums in Europe. Hit him up like the day before the day before we were leaving. We're like, can you do that? And he just said
Really?
yes.
Yeah.
Just
like
1
day
of touring. Yeah.
All right.
Learned like all the songs, or like I guess he already knew a bit of them, but we had like no official practice before going to Europe for that
Oh my God.
tour with IR, Carnifex.
That's a huge tour
man.
too.
I remember,
Yeah.
I remember
Step
that
in
tour.
on.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, we were just like we did a really quiet practice in at Chris's house, just like unplugged and just like, all right, let's go do Europe together.
Were you
But,
super nervous to play that first show?
A little bit, but luckily I played a bunch of shows that size. But yeah, not really.
I just like, I don't know. I have like a reoccurring nightmare that I have to do that. That they're like, you need to get up there. And I'm like, I don't know the fucking songs. Like, it just always happens. Like, I've had it actually recently.
It was scary, but after, show 2, it was fine.
Yeah. And did you kind of know the music already? Like, were you familiar?
yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're familiar with the
Okay.
music, it's a little different.
Yeah, like I had a couple weeks because Chris hit me up about the Spite tour that was leading into that Europe into Spite.
Okay.
So kind of had some practice time, but not with the band.
yeah, no, it was sick though. Like
A little scary.
first show, even like we were all kind of looking back, like, damn, that was sick. Like he
Yeah,
nailed
yeah.
it. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
Oh
Just
yeah,
like,
for sure.
we did it. Like,
Exactly.
Even though it might not be the best circumstance to play a show, and then it goes
Right.
well.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And it's like with band members, there is kind of like when you know type vibe. So if the right person steps in, then they're gonna kill it from the beginning. And there's just, even if they don't like totally kill it, there's a feeling there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's a lot of like kind of intricate stuff on the second record. And then just when he played it for the first time, it was like, oh, like, no trash to the other dude, but it was just like, damn, I didn't know it could sound that good, or like that's how it's supposed to, like that sort of deal. Like, so that was really cool to hit it off with Brandon from day one of that tour. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's amazing.
How was it touring? Did you guys like share a bus with Carnifex and Dyer's Murder?
Everybody was on the same bus except for Dyer had their own bus.
Okay.
And yeah, it was fun. Like, mayhem, crazy stuff going on.
Yeah,
It was just like,
Europe.
yeah.
Europe
So fun.
gets really wild, dude,
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's everyone in a bus together, and
No one has to drive,
ever.
Exactly. So everyone's hanging out, partying,
Pushing it to the limit.
Yeah.
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 To the point that sometimes there was a tour that we were on, and it was like we brought some outsiders into the bus, and we were all partying so hard that the outsiders were like, "Dude, I can't.
Yeah,
I gotta
this is
go."
like we gotta go. This is weird. Yeah,
We were just like going wild on a Tuesday in the UK.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Right,
just
yeah.
like,
just bizarre behavior.
yeah.
You gotta do it though. You got to.
Yeah, no, totally. That's like definitely some of my like best memories. It's just like
yeah.
being a psychopath in Europe.
It's true.
Hell
It's
yeah.
true for 30
Every band getting a free bottle of Jack. Every
Yeah.
night.
Oh, yeah,
Well, we
That's where
made a
the
mistake.
mayhem-
We were like, give us whiskey. Or no, we said give us whiskey. And then in a lot of places in Europe, whiskey is scotch. And so like every night we'd get a bottle of, and I don't like that. And I don't even want to drink that.
That was
so
gross.
there was
We
so
were
many
like-
nights where I was like, I would literally trade this for like one beer. I don't want this at all.
Dude, we were trying to barter with the other bands. Like, please, we'll give you some of
Yeah.
this shitty scotch for some of your
and it
vodka.
might have been good to somebody who likes scotch.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, next time we go, we need to say like Jack Daniels or like American bourbon or whatever. You know what I mean?
We had just like put Jack on the rider, just like not really as a joke, but we didn't really think we were gonna get it, and it was just like every day, just like wow, that's
I know, you're like-
bottles were piling up in the
What,
bus
was that
and
your
all
guys' first time there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is insane.
Yeah, we were just the green rooms and the hospitality in Europe is crazy, so we were freaking out. Like,
It's the best.
yeah.
Well, so what's your favorite spot to play in Europe as far as the hospitality goes?
Tilburg, Netherlands strikes
I was
me
just
for
gonna say,
sure.
dude,
Yeah.
straight up, that's what I was gonna say.
100%.
Yeah, just like had our own green room, and it was super nice, like the showers and all that. Just like
Yeah.
that one blew me away. It was like a huge ass room, and the venue was crazy too. Like I think the standing room was like 1,400 capacity
Okay.
or something like that,
Oh,
which
wow.
we didn't expect that at all. So
Is that place that we went to with Archspire? Or is that
I
somewhere
think
else?
so. I
It's
mean,
like
it's
loading
somewhere in
docks.
another.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to pull into like the garage area in the back.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Dude, that place is so sick.
It's
that's-
baller.
Yeah, and they have the craziest food and everything.
Well,
It's like-
there was a huge dance party going on next door during the day, on the last show that we played there, which I think was the first time we've played there. But
that was like the second day of the tour.
yeah, it was the second
Yeah.
day of the tour, and I went in and just like partied during the day
Oh, yeah.
and danced and shit, and then went and played a show. It was sick.
sick. Yeah.
Which is
really
the
fun.
thing in Europe, you can
Definitely.
like dance parties coexist 100% with metal. So there'll be a party after the show or during the show in some
Yeah,
cases.
I think in Munich, like the venue we played turned into like a reggae club, that just like dance party kind of thing going on after we all kind of hung out. It was
Yeah.
a sold out show, so we were all like riding the vibes and just like dance. Like I don't dance at all.
Yeah,
We're
of
just,
course.
Like
Yeah.
just getting it like
Yeah.
in Germany. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, dude, you had a bottle of Jack for
Exactly,
free.
yeah.
You're dancing at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn. My man
Brought out
was
a
killing it,
different
dude.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun.
Yeah, no, I love it. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
Did you guys go last year?
We haven't been back since. I did a fill-in gig with Kublicon recently, and that was so I got to go like have fun and no responsibilities, just like play the set and chill and all that. So that was a lot of fun. But we haven't been back. hasn't been back since that tour, I think. But
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
word. Yeah, I'm
I thought
excited.
you did a tour with Suffocation. Is that right?
no,
Okay.
not yet.
I was confused.
No.
Yeah, I was
We'd like
confused.
to though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, dude, everyone wants to
Yeah,
tour with
yeah.
Suffo,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
We
for
love
sure.
them so much. We drove, because from here to Kentucky, it's like a 3-hour drive, or Louisville. So we drove and saw them with Surreption. I don't know if you're familiar. An
don't think so.
atheist.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was so dope. And we partied very hard on the
Lit.
Suffo bus.
'Cause we had a hotel, like, we walked to the show from the hotel.
Oh, nice.
So me and Chaney were ripping.
I bought like $200 worth of Suffocation merch that night and just got drunk and left it all on their bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Damn.
Not me
They
though. I,
send it
I
to
bought
you?
a shirt and I have it.
No, they didn't send it to
I
me.
texted the drummer and I was like, "Yo, Cheney left all of her merch," and he was like, "That sucks, man." And I'm just like, "Fuck."
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, can you like send it though?
But you got, so you're how far into this tour now that you're doing?
day 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Day 4.
Just the beginning.
That's cool, dude. Darkest Hour rules.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else on the tour with you guys?
There's the first band Somnary, which is really sick. They're their tones are insane. Like I don't know how you describe them, but they're kind of unique.
Mastodon.
Oh, sick.
Oh, really?
It's right
Yeah.
up my alley. Sick.
Okay.
Yeah, and then our friends in Mouth for War are next, and they're just like groovy, just ass beating like metalcore, and they're really good friends of ours. So it's been a fun one so far.
Dude, awesome. I'm excited to see all of the bands tonight.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be also that venue you guys are playing. I don't know if you've ever played there before.
No, it's the
Yeah.
first time for us.
It's pretty sick. Exodent. Have you ever played The End?
Yeah,
So you noticed that it's like right across the street.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's sick.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
stoked to play there.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's dope. It's like an upgrade from The End. The End is a great venue, but it's a bar venue, you know?
I just went in there and peed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was waiting for them and I really had to pee.
Yeah.
And there was a band like loading in to the end, and I was like, "Fuck it, dude." And I just went in there, and they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And just peed, and then
Just
left.
look like you fit the bill to walk in.
Yeah, I was like, I look like I'm on tour.
Dude, just
Yeah, yeah.
flash like like something at them and just act like you know what you're doing.
You pulled up in a van too, so
Yeah, totally.
makes sense.
Yeah, so I was a little bit worried that they'd be like, "Wait a minute, you can't do that. That's disrespect," you know. But I don't think nobody noticed.
You've done your time. You can piss in venues.
Yeah,
Dude.
and I'd be like, "Hey, I come here all the time. Like, I'm a patron of this venue." You know?
Hell yeah.
Are you guys are you on tour in a van right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's nice. It's got like our buddy Gary has like a van rental business, so he just built welded some bunks together and
Oh fuck yeah!
just kind of
Okay.
decked it out for sleeping and everything. So it's comfortable.
Well, what
That's
are
the
we
shit.
talking? How many bunks do you have in there?
We have 4, and then there's room under for with the bags and everything, just one person under there, and then the bench. So there's 6 sleeping spots.
Yep,
Love that.
that's the way to go, dude.
Yeah.
Sure. It's actually a really good time of year to tour. It's like not too hot yet, or
Yeah.
too cold. It's just kind of
I'm just worried about getting up to Canada and just gonna be
it could be
freezing
fucked.
my ass off.
Yeah, it could
That's
be
true.
fucked.
We went up, I guess it was about this time 2 years ago. We were driving up we had to go through Montana and Seattle to get to Vancouver. And we just got stuck in a really fucking bad snowstorm.
No, it was
Yeah.
freaking April.
Yeah, it was April.
It was
So
April,
it's soon.
and we were in a brutal snowstorm.
Damn.
And I was expecting the tour to be hot. You know, like I had like my shorts and shit. I was like, because here it was already hot. It was great. And then, yeah, we got totally stranded for like 2 days. We missed the first show.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah, I think we'd swore off doing winter tours or tours like in February, and then we've done 2 of them since. So it's just yeah, we just keep we're in for the thrill, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I am the same way. It's like I don't really want to do anything in December, January, February area, but if the right tour comes along, then man, you can't leave it on the
Exactly.
table.
Right.
So
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of just worked out for us that we just haven't had to do winter tours.
Yeah,
as
except
of recent.
Yeah, we just did a couple of Lorna Shore's Christmas shows, and we had to drive
Nice.
from here to Jersey, and it was kind of getting fucked up.
That
but
was
it
a
wasn't
little-
too bad.
A little sketchy,
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, it was sick. God, I just had something. So, I was listening to your EP, the first EP, which I understand because our first EP sounds nothing like what we sound like now either.
Right.
But yeah, you guys kind of went from it was way more deathcore adjacent, I would say, to what you are now.
Right.
So is that like a conscious thing, or was that just you're saying that you got into the band when you were in high school or right out of high school. So
Yeah.
what was
Yeah, I think the guy that wrote that EP along with the guys in the band now, Andrew and all, they were, or there's a different guy named Ryan. He had some sick riffs, by the way. He was dope. And then he wrote a song or 2 on the newer record, or on the one after that, the Purple Flower Life Through Torment. And so once he was out of the band, I started writing a bit more, and I joined like as like a high schooler and just kind of writing what I thought they were already doing or like what I thought their fans would like and stuff. And then it just kind of evolved into, what do I want to do? And then just feeding off of everybody's like feedback on riffs and stuff like that, just kind of turned into something else. And so it's just been a little bit more of just coming into ourselves a little bit more and then just feeling out what you want to do and exploring things and seeing what lands right.
Totally. I think that's one of the coolest things about seeing bands grow over time is seeing the band that they become. Because there are so many bands that don't really make it past like their first record, so you never really get to experience what the band could do.
Yeah.
Even if the first thing they put out is super sick, And it's cool that you guys have stayed together for this long to continue to make music and see like where the path is taking you.
Definitely. And then just like I kind of like that we had taken a bit of time between Hard to Kill and Eternal Steel because like you kind of grow up a bit and like learn just more experience with songwriting, and then from that to what we're going to be doing next, just kind of figure out like take a zoom out and take a look and like think what are we good at, like what sounds the best for us, like what do we want to like come off as and like all that sort of stuff. So it's cool to like get perspective and take time with it.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's huge to kind of like identify the strong points of your own music.
Exactly.
But that like takes a really long time. And even for us, even though like we'd been in other bands for a long time, like it takes a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just now getting into like what we sound like.
Yeah,
what I mean?
for sure.
Like, okay,
Totally.
what makes us our thing?
Uh-huh.
So, but it's like, I feel like that's such a like cool point to hit. And so many people just like give up before they get to that sick point of like, really putting it together.
Yeah, I think like honing in on our newer stuff or what we're going to put out next is, going to be more of driving that ball home for us. Just because like, we'd kind of gotten a little experimental with the last album and putting together like 11 songs or 10 songs. It's just like, it gives you a bit of room to be a little bit maybe too much experimental. So like we're kind of like going to drive things down the middle and like with that lane of, what do we want to be and just, really bring it home. So
that's kind of like us, dude.
Yeah, totally. I mean, dude, it's very easy to get too experimental on it. I couldn't relate to anything more than what you just said. Like it's easy to just, when you're doing something for yourself, it's like, dude, I'm going to show them everything I got. Like throw it all in there. And sometimes it just it'll go a little too far. And while you might like it, it might lose people. You don't always think about that stuff.
There's even like some riffs or just like cast aside for like a different like project and stuff like that, just because like one band shouldn't be everything, it's got to fit, it's got to fit the lane and like fit what you want to do and want to come off as and stuff like that. So
it's hard to get there though, man. I'll tell you that.
It's hard to turn down like some of your favorite riffs and stuff like that, but it's worth it to carve out a sound and everything. So.
Yeah, I think when you see it through, like what you're talking about, if you actually see it through from like the start to the end with something in mind, it's like it's a different sort of satisfaction than like just I'm gonna put every single thing that I write into it. And I feel like we like just did that with music that's not even out yet. So
who do you guys track with?
We track both last albums with Randy from Graphic Nature. Like he's done like the Orthodox records and Kubla Khan and a bunch of others.
They're from here. Some of them are from here.
Yeah, Orthodox for sure. Are you guys know those guys?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
We've known each other for a real long. Actually, the first show I played with I Am right out of high school was in Florida, and it was with Orthodox, like their older lineup and stuff, and we've just like been friends ever since and all that.
Oh, awesome.
We did quite a few tours together. I feel like
played with them yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
They were on that show. Just a big old family reunion. So.
That's super awesome. Who headlined that festival that you played yesterday? Darkest Hour?
Yeah.
Sick. Were there any other bands I would know on it?
Capra, Escuela Grind.
Oh, sick.
Your Spirit Dies.
I have heard. Are they a hardcore band?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have heard that band for sure.
Great.
Sick.
Gutter. They're a local band. They're newer.
That's a pretty sick name, dude. I want a Gutter shirt.
Me too. I was late. That was about it.
Where was that?
Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Savannah's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. It was at a brewery, so.
Oh,
some
damn.
free beers. Free
All
food.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
why you
sounds
guys
good to
were
me.
talking about the free beer when you
Oh,
came
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I got it
They
now.
hooked it up, and then there's this. I'm vegan, like kind of a pain in the ass for everybody else, but yeah, there was this like spot around the corner that was just a small kind of house thing, and it had some of the best vegan soul food I've ever had. So I was,
Ooh,
A
yeah,
lot of good vegan spots here.
that's
Yeah.
true. But vegan soul food, that shit hits, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It hits.
Vegan soul food and vegan Jamaican are both like so good.
Yeah,
So you're the only vegan in your entire band?
yeah,
Dude, that's
It's
yeah,
fun.
probably kind of hard because it's easy when people are in it together. At least there are two of you.
right.
But
I'll go on a walk, get some food somewhere. But
Yeah.
yeah,
no one else comes with you.
nah,
Sometimes.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
now and then.
But we all bond over coffee, and so that's we'll all go get some coffee somewhere and all that. But yeah, I mean they're like super cool about it and like accommodating and stuff. Like we always hit Taco Bell. I feel like pretty
Taco Bell
frequently.
rips for vegan
Yeah.
for sure.
And with Chipotle, it's like
Yeah.
with that stuff being so prevalent, it's way easier to be vegan on the road than it used to be.
Yeah, no, that first tour I did, that was when I first like went vegan. It was just like French fries every night. Just
Rough.
going vegan and getting fat. Like,
Naveen
like-
definitely knows that life. You're a vegan,
Yeah.
like, I mean, when in animosity,
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
we
old
would like
school.
it was really shitty. It sucked.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
better days now. So.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not still like vegan. I kind of am on and off with it. I'm just,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what you would call that, but yeah, now like I did the last tour we did vegan, and that's pretty easy for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
you
too bad.
Yeah,
can go
I mean,
to-
go to Chipotle. That's
or Burger King.
I'm like,
Yeah,
if I'm doing vegan, I'm like, can we go to Chipotle, please? That's my best option, unless
Yeah.
there's like some great spot. But there was like a really good vegan spot across the street from the venue that we played in Florida, and yeah, it's kind of fun to find spots.
yeah,
And we had, well, never mind. On the short run, we had another vegan dude with us.
yeah.
So it was kind of fun. But
That is kind of the cool thing about being vegan. I'm not vegan right now for the record either, but I have been before. And it's like seeking out food.
the camaraderie.
Yeah, dude, there were days where we would drive, like, we lived in Santa Cruz, and we would drive from Santa Cruz to San Francisco just to go to the sick
I know,
vegan
like, dude,
spot.
let's just
you
go.
know?
Fuck it.
It's like you can go on missions to find sick food.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
definitely one of the things that I'm doing on drives is like looking up the next spot to go to, or kind of like routing coffee, food, venue, like all in.
Yeah.
Trying to make it
Hell
a
yeah.
good time.
Yeah, that's smart. You got to do the coffee food. Do you like stop at Starbucks or better coffee than that?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit of a snob with that.
Okay.
I think everybody else is me and Andrew are kind of wanting better coffee, but yeah, so I'll find like some nice spots and make everyone go there. So.
Where'd you go in Nashville?
We did Red Bicycle.
I've never even heard of it.
It was, I mean, I don't think it's like in central Nashville. It's just like on the way from the Planet Fitness we were just at.
Oh, you guys are the
Oh, you
Planet
guys are on the
Fitness thing.
Planet
Yeah,
Fitness
that's-
life?
all right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking
And
so sick.
our bass player just like crushed out the drive like in an all-nighter, and so we actually had time to like work out and stuff. But
Damn.
Nope.
He
that
took one
guy
for the
goes
team.
hard. Yeah,
Took one for the team, dude. That's
he's
sick.
like consistently down. He just turned 21 actually, and so he's like got all this
Damn.
energy. Like
yeah, he doesn't need to sleep.
He's a young
Yeah.
man.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
He's always in a great mood and just like
Wow.
yeah, he's a good mood booster for the whole.
He hasn't
crew.
been destroyed by life
Yeah, his
yet. No,
dreams haven't been crushed yet.
Oh, how long has he been in the band?
I want to say
A little over a year.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think now, thinking of you guys on stage, I'm pretty sure in my mind I can pinpoint the 21-year-old kid because he just, I don't know, he
Which one?
had something to him. He was
Yeah.
like, he seemed like he was just
smiling a lot.
Yeah, smiling a lot.
Yeah, that's him. That's for sure. He's always he plays like guitar better than probably everyone I've met or something. But he's just like insane. So he's just always ripping solos in the green room, like smiling his ass off. Just that's him in a
That's
nutshell.
good. That's
for
what you
sure.
want around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
kind of need someone like that on tour.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that person's important
yeah,
to keep like the momentum going because tour can get dark.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't
no,
want whiners on tour, dude.
Yeah,
No
I have
whiners.
like narcolepsy, just so I'm just it takes me forever to get up and like, not always waking up like super bright, I guess, or super energetic, and I just see him just like I don't know, doing some like dumb joke or something. He's just like always in a great mood, so that helps, especially over a whole month on tour, like
Totally.
to to have that morale boost going on. And yeah, he's rad for that.
That's
good.
awesome.
So
What's
you
his?
guys have a good. No, sorry.
Go ahead.
You guys have like a good crew. Feeling good about your team.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
definitely the strongest lineup we've had. So
That's the best feeling, man. When
Yeah.
everyone's just like, yeah, let's fucking go.
yeah, all on the same page about everything. So it's
I was
Love
gonna
that.
ask that. Is it easy for you guys? Do you all write together now? Is that how-
we're like gonna be collabing more, but originally like that last record was like kind of done during quarantine, so I was like kind of doing a lot by myself, and then we had met up like a few times, but there's only so much you can do in like a couple of weekends together as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah.
like working on it every day. And then the record before that, just out of like necessity, had to do a lot of it. But I think we're like planning to like jam and just like all get in a room and stuff and see what sticks, and then take from that, into a session and like write with it on like a DAW or whatever. But we want to like do a lot more collaborating and stuff. So that's gonna be the move like going forward. But
Oh yeah.
so that'll be fun.
You're gonna record with the same guy.
We're actually thinking about tracking in Texas and sending it off to somebody.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, just like convenience sake, and we're just gonna do I think a song or two, just like push stuff out while we write more.
Smart.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the way that the
definitely the way.
industry
Yeah,
is
yeah.
moving. You know?
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
it's like if you want to stay relevant now, people their attention span is so short. This is like the conversation going on. People have such a short attention span. TikTok is taking over, and like they're only paying attention to like hype TikTok parts, and it's
Yeah.
like how do you feed into that? Like you have to like get playlisted on Spotify, and in order to do that, you have to constantly be putting stuff out.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, I mean, because I'm like kind of a long song guy. Like, I like to. One of the last songs we did with the feature with Corpse Grinder, that Infernal Panther song is like I wanted to wait till like minute 4.5 to give them like the breakdown or like the part they want to mosh to and stuff. But yeah, nowadays it's very much like they want that reward like in the first 30 seconds of the song and stuff. So it's like, I mean, I think frequently putting out music or singles as opposed to like the full lengths every couple of years, that's like what we're kind of trying to do. Just because you put a lot of work into 10 or 11 songs, and then people are going to listen to like the first half of it and maybe not get to like the deeper cut tracks, or so it's like, or you could just do it in 2 EPs or something and people will listen to all of them. So
Totally.
we're kind of like trying to figure out a plan that feels comfortable for us and all that. So
Yeah,
That's what everyone's doing.
totally. I mean, it kind of kills me, the making a full album, and the singles are what gets pushed,
Yeah.
That's what has the videos. That's what the label is pushing to playlisting and all of that. And then the other songs on the album have like hundreds of thousands less plays than those ones. And it feels shitty because you like every song a lot. You know, if you're putting stuff on an album, you like that, what you made.
yeah, it's been filtered through lots of processes of like cutting stuff out and all that. So it's definitely a bummer to not, or I mean it just like makes us want to do it differently,
Mhm.
just not always rely on the full LP thing, just be more creative with putting out stuff.
Totally. Though
You were saying like when it's like reversed now. Like when the album comes out, that's like the end of it. Where it used to be the album comes out and that's like the beginning of the
Yeah,
album. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Because it's like you do all these singles leading up to it, and then when it comes out, it's like, all right, that's over with. We need to start on the next freaking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Cheney was telling me the other day.
definitely.
Cheney's
Yeah.
wisdom.
that actually wasn't me. I think that was Nick.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that.
No, Nick.
Oh, shit,
Nick
I'm way
said
off.
that on the podcast like 2
My
weeks
bad.
ago. But yeah, you're. That is. We'll keep saying that it was a part of
Yeah.
my wisdom. Thank you.
Yeah, I just attribute those types of wisdom to you, Cheney.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's true. It's like, that's the way that cycles work now, and it does suck. But it's also like, I don't know if you guys were like old enough to recognize when this happened, but like 10 or 13 years ago, there were some people who started doing like playthroughs, and other people thought it was really whack. And the people who did playthroughs are the people who you know now. And the people
Yeah.
who thought it was whack are the people who you probably don't really know their name
Yeah.
because they didn't have that happen. And now I feel like, although the singles thing sucks, and I mean, it doesn't suck. It's cool. It's a different way to do it. But, you know, we do like long form things. But it's just like you kind of have to adapt as an artist. You have to adapt and figure out what is the best possible way for people to hear my music.
Yeah.
How can I make this happen?
Definitely. Like I've always put off like playthroughs and tabs. Like we still don't have any like tabs or anything like that. But yeah, I'd kind of like seen it as like, oh, I don't really want to do that. But then I ended up starting to do playthroughs, and it just like makes sense. You know, there's so much going on, so many bands. Like, you know, you got to figure out some way to get some visibility, or you know, break through the clutter of everything. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And you can make it your own thing. You know, you don't
Yeah,
have to do it. There's no rules to it.
yeah,
So I just look at it like it's another way to kind of do artistic expression or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
for
same
sure.
with making an album. You know, obviously I like writing music a lot more than doing that other stuff, but it's become something that's pretty like fun for us to do. And it's like, I'd say that's the number one thing that's like helped our band grow is just
Yeah,
putting out videos consistently.
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
especially for Cheney.
Yeah, because like people want to see that stuff too. Like they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
for sure. Yeah, I think Brandon just recently did one that we're gonna be putting out pretty soon.
The 2 videos, playthroughs, video, new audio.
Hell yeah.
For 2 songs on Eternal Steel. So
Dude,
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
yeah.
So did you film them at your house or did you go somewhere to do it?
I went to a studio
Mhm.
with Dan Staley doing camera and Victor Brewer doing the audio. So
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing for drummers, dude. It's so hard if you
know.
don't have like a soundproof room, which most people do not have that. It costs more money to, you know, you have to pay to go and do that to get the sounding sick because drums, it's like there's so much there.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
You can't just like plug it into your Axe effects or whatever
Yeah.
and rip, you know?
I know. I used to think that like when I would see like guitar players, I'm like, dude, if I was just playing guitar, I'd make a video every day. And then now that I have my shit set up all the time, it's basically as easy as making a guitar video. Still don't do it.
Yeah.
Not lazy.
It's a time commitment, like making a good playthrough.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
editing and stuff like that. Or it's like I did the one I just did like by myself or whatever. It would have been so much easier and like probably a lot better if I just had an actual video guy do it like we're doing with Brandon.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but yeah, it can take a little bit of time.
Totally. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like a thing about it that frustrates me. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta fucking do this whole thing myself. Like,
Dude, yeah.
I'm like, I just want to play drums, and I'm like focusing a camera or something stupid like that.
I get neurotic with it. Like if there's one thing that's like slightly off, I'm just like scrapping the whole thing and spend like a whole day just like trying to, you know, like
Yeah,
if I'm gonna put it out there, like make sure it's
Yeah, yeah.
sick.
That's a
He's
good-
just
that's a
like
good
a
thing. That's a
one
good thing.
take dude. Just one take and he's already there with it.
Naveena's like that too. I'm like that now, but it's like it's only something that you can. You like the video thing. You gotta keep doing it. Like the being. What am I thinking of? Repetitiveness of
Yeah.
it. It's like
Yeah.
if you keep doing it, then it starts to feel more natural, and then you can like integrate it into your
Yeah.
life more.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I
the
like instead of like blocking off entire days and stuff. to
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
just like for sure. Like I just need like a kind of like schedule myself out with it.
dude, we're going through that right now, where we're like,
know.
we really need to make a schedule for ourselves.
Seriously, I know.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I look at my Instagram and I'm like, fuck, I haven't posted in like 10 days. And I'm like, I have the shit set up. Like I could literally just go in there and like hit record.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'd have to get the camera out and like, you know, just. I feel like however easy you make it for yourself, you just become a little bit lazier, you know? So yeah, we're trying to combat that for sure.
That's true.
Feel that.
You know, it's annoying. But I mean, to do her videos is like pretty easy.
That's
and
true.
she just like rolls in there and does it real quick.
Yeah.
And you have the in-house
Years of practice
audio
got me
guy.
to that point. No, I'm just kidding. But so when you guys were like before the band, you went to shows. What kind of stuff was inspiring you to like become musicians?
Rush was my first concert.
Oh, damn.
4/20/2008.
Did your parents take you to that, or you went by
Yeah,
yourself?
my uncle and my dad.
Dude, that's a
Yeah.
sick uncle and dad.
They're
Yeah.
into that kind of music.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My uncle saw Rush every time from like Roll the Bones to the Farewell Tour.
Hell,
So-
that's a very uncle thing to be
oh
into.
yeah, yeah.
Naveen's uncle probably has also seen all of that.
He's like the one before that, like, yes. He's
Yeah.
a little different, like earlier generation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Does your uncle have all the
Oh,
T-shirts?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Probably, yeah. He
Dude.
might.
There are so many uncles out there with the sickest, like most expensive T-shirt collection, and they don't even realize it.
That's what we were telling my uncle.
Yeah,
he was
seriously.
like, I've been to every like telling us all these crazy shows, and he's like, I bought a shirt at every show, and I'm like, dude, where are they? That's like thousands
We
of
wanna
dollars,
sell
bro.
them.
Want to make money off your experiences, man.
Totally. No, I just want them. Just want them just to have. That's like heirloom shit.
That's true.
Bill Bruford, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of Yes shirts from the '70s like concert that he went to, and like he was telling us about it. He has a bunch of crazy.
Yeah, he
shit.
has a bunch of
Yeah.
shit. All right, so it was Rush, and then
Yeah, my dad plays drums too, so I was going
Oh,
to his
nice.
gigs, country gigs, top 40 country stuff, like
There we go.
late 90s from, I don't know, until I was like 16, 17.
that's super sick. So he was in a cover band,
it.
like
Yeah, just like hired gun stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so going all over Texas with him, opening for just random acts. Like he would open up for Asleep at the Wheel. Yeah, shit that no one knows about. But
Yeah, I know. I was
yeah,
So you were like, all right, I want to do that.
yeah. Going to gigs with him, and then I saw Devil Wears Prada, like 8th grade or something. It was, yeah,
You're like, Dad,
yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Yeah.
What did he think about Devil Wears Prada? Your dad. He was like, damn it, man.
Didn't mind it, but yeah, yeah. He showed me like Iron Maiden, Pantera, and all this like,
Okay,
country
all
stuff,
right,
and then
all
my
right.
mom showing me In Excess, Tears for Fears, Depeche Mode, like
Oh,
all,
hell
the,
yeah.
all the good '80s shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
together. Yeah.
I back it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. So was there like a drum kit set up at your house all the time?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I don't know, as long as I can remember. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, same with me.
I don't
Yeah.
think they wanted me to start playing. It's just natural. They saw drums and just wanted to set them up and
No,
start
they're
playing.
like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, luckily they're super supportive and let me play all morning, all day, all night, pretty much. So we also
That's
lived
huge,
like
man.
in the middle of nowhere, so
Oh yeah. Okay.
worked
So
out.
did you grow up on a farm?
Yes, but we weren't farmers. Just like where we lived at. It used to be an old tobacco farm or something like
Okay.
that.
Oh
so,
damn. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, got to play, till 10 p.m. and parents
Damn.
weren't home till
That's
4 a.m. or however long I wanted.
all right. What's up with that dad's drum set? So let's talk about it.
Premiere kit.
Okay.
Premier 90s kit.
right.
Also had a Tom Cresstar kit.
I don't even know what that is.
The bow tie lugs
Got it.
from the mid late 80s.
You still have it?
Oh yeah,
Damn.
That's sick.
That is sick.
have that, and acquired a Grand Star Custom like cherry pink bass drum. So yeah, just like huge toms.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Texas Toms.
Yeah, huge.
I love it.
Bunch of vintage stuff too.
That's awesome, man. So he had all that stuff. Your
Oh
dad?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He had roto toms, fucking
Oh, yeah.
pace signatures.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I love it, dude. That's awesome, man.
yeah. Pearl piccolo snare. So
Oh, dude. I know. I've been like,
wish I still had.
I know. I've been like on Reverb. I'm like trying to get like a '90s piccolo, like a Tama one.
Yeah.
I'm just. They have one actually at the studio that we recorded drums at on our last album, and it's a Tama piccolo from the '90s. And I was like, dude, you have to sell me this, and they didn't want to do it. And I'm like, dude, no one's gonna want this. Give me this thing. What's wrong with you? So,
That's
but they pop up on Reverb every once in a while.
Yeah, I see him a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a free floater Pearl that I need to fix up.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hold on to that.
do
for
you
sure.
do you have a bunch of gear?
Yeah, I have a 1980s Thomas Superstar kit, concert toms. It goes from 8 to 18.
That's so sick.
It's ridiculous.
I love that.
24-inch kick. The Crestar kit. Early 2000s Thomas Star Classic kit.
I didn't even know about these.
Yeah, it's insane.
I had that, I think. The Superstar one.
No, it's Star Classic.
Oh, Star Classic.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Birch Performer, and then the kit I have with I Am, it's a Thomas Star Classic Maple or Birch, just
Okay.
wrapped in diamond plate that I found on Marketplace.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's so on brand.
yeah. The record was coming out in a few months, and had
Dude,
like
that's
6
sick.
people tag me in it. Like, you have to get this. Kit.
Yeah. Yeah. How much
Or-
was it?
1,600.
Okay.
But yeah, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 2 22-inch kicks.
Okay, that's a deal.
Yeah,
That's sick as fuck.
yeah,
That is.
Is that what you're playing live?
yeah.
Damn.
Not the whole kit though.
Okay.
Just 10, 12, 16, 22-inch kick.
Just one kick.
So wait,
Yeah,
did you say it has a 24 and a 22?
just two 22s.
Two 22s. Fuck.
Depending on the stage size, a little.
Oh my God. I need to see this.
I've basically
This is
forced.
insane.
I've forced Naveen to go double kick.
Good.
Because I'm like, dude, it's not.
Good.
We're not gonna be a sick metal band until there are 2 kicks on
Yeah,
stage with us. Dude.
She's like, dude, the jazz kit thing.
Yeah, it's not chill.
whack.
It's
not
whack.
working.
It is. What do you think about it?
Love it. I would do it every night.
Yeah.
Well, just depending on the stage size. So
You guys are kind of you're a double kick band, man.
Yeah.
It's a 2 bass drum band, man.
Plenty of that, yeah.
oh, yeah.
And more coming for sure.
That's such a cool kit, man.
That is really
I'll
cool.
do triple bass drum one day, like
I
the
know,
Trey
right?
guy
Damn.
from back in the day.
Is that what Terry Bozzio does? Terry Bozzio have 3 kicks on that?
300 kicks.
Yeah,
Dude.
who knows?
That
Nobody
kit,
knows
we've
what's
seen
going
it
on
in
there.
real life. We went to DW and saw Terry Bozzio's kit
Yeah,
and
I-
like the crazy setup thing in real life. Naveen sat on it. There's a sign
I
that
did
says
play it.
"Do not touch Terry's kit" on the front. But
But
his
I had nepotism working for me. I had his kid there.
his kid Raynon is a really good friend of ours and our old roommate. So we went, with Raynon. And
Yeah.
that kit in real life, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's the whole house, I guess. Holy shit.
I know it's not. It's got its own room. Like at the DW warehouse, there's just this office, and you open the door, and it's just like his drum set,
Yeah.
and he just like goes in there, and I don't know.
Is this a rehearsal spot? or-
Yeah, he just goes in there and practices, and I guess hangs out or develops products with DW and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty gnarly. I wouldn't want it
No.
because I played it and I was like, "What the fuck is all this shit?"
Well,
dude?
it is cool
Like,
that there are all those note values, though. That is a cool part of his kit, is that he can literally like do,
Yeah.
crazy like melodic compositions on that thing. But
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, I'm just like, no. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to rip the beats.
You know, it's like Rototom kid from back in the day. Like
Yeah,
somebody-
dude, those are sick.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been seeing on YouTube some other company makes a Rototom kit now, and they're pretty cheap.
Okay.
Like I've seen, stuff pops up on my YouTube, like drum people who do reviews and shit like that. And they're like testing out the Rototom kit, and
I
I
was just like Remo who made them back in the day, I guess.
yeah, I think so. But there's a new one, and I'm like, fuck,
Hell
kind of want it,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Kind of want that. That'd be
Yeah,
so
we've been
sick.
talking about Rototoms or Octobons for
Yeah.
4 years. So
Yeah, so we got Tama makes, they're not Octobons, but they're short Octobons basically. So it's like I can't remember what they call it, like a timbali rocker or something like that.
You used them on the JFAC record.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
gonna ask that.
okay.
yeah.
How you
So the singer Johnny, he would just always text me and be like, "Dude, Octobons," like,
Oh.
and then for like years, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, Octobons, cool. And then I played on the record, and he's like, "Dude, you got to do Octobons on a part." And then it was actually pretty cool, and so I got some to do it on our last like little EP thing, and it just didn't work like anywhere. It just seemed weird, except for one fill. There's one fill where I just do like a straight like Neil Peart like on like every tom.
on
And,
JFAC?
No,
Oh,
on
on
ours.
stuff.
Yeah, and it turned out sick. Like, but just for that one fill, everything else just sounded kind of contrived.
It is cool. It's a cool thing, though.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
Octobons.
Definitely.
yeah.
I'll show you the ones I have. Like they're just like these little. I don't know. It's kind of like an Octomon, but just not deep.
Yeah, like D-Drum makes cheaper version of them, probably.
Yeah, we
Hand
had
card that.
Yeah, we had some actual Octobons on
Calm
the
down.
JFAC record. I don't remember who made them though.
Oh, you don't know who? The brand.
Don't remember. the
Tama.
brand. I don't think it was. Yeah, there we go.
Wink, wink.
I don't know if it's Octobons or like Rotos or whatever, but yeah, on this like Cavalier Conspiracy record, there's just so many fills with those in it. I was like, I kept showing Brandon. I was like, we need to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
At some point, it'll be cool.
Totally. Yeah, I get that.
That's super sick. So how did you start? What kind of shit got you into metal?
Yeah, just like I don't have any like cool stories or like my parents didn't
No
like
cool
listen-
dad
yeah,
or uncle
yeah.
going on?
My parents are cool. Just they
No
they don't know
guitars.
anything about or like rock or heavy metal or nothing. So
Yeah.
I just kind of like got into it like backwards, and which is why I listen to what I listen to now and everything. But yeah, it started like me and my brothers would just try to find the hardest rock we could at the, you know, Christian bookstore or whatever, and then like it would piss my dad off a little bit. But
actually, we got our resident Christian metalhead here, actually, but no mic.
That's what's up.
Harrison has no mic.
Did you grow up like super Christian?
we went to like all private schools and stuff like that, and yeah, like church every Sunday and all that. But yeah, just like Under Oath was like too heavy for them and stuff, and like me and my brothers were like, no, it's not, it's cool. And then so we just like started jamming together. So I went from like that, I guess I don't know what you'd call them, but that, and then, you know, everything else at the Christian bookstore was just like, you know, August Burns Red and stuff like that. So I went into metalcore, and then me and my brother Dave, like it was a 3-piece, like me and my 2 brothers, which I first started playing music with, and like, we were kind of like nerds, I guess. So we were just trying to write the most like confusing breakdowns we could or something. And yeah, that was like my first couple like local shows was like with that, and it just like progressed. And then like I hadn't really heard 80s metal or, you know, early thrash and all that until I want to say I was like 18 or 17, or I didn't really know about, you know, new wave of British heavy metal and everything. And so all that was like brand new to me, like tracing back all the roots all the way back to Sabbath and everything. So then I was like, yeah, that was the first time I'd heard those like classic albums. So I'm like stuck listening to like just like really, really old stuff because that's what's brand new to me, you know? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's like what you're in right now. You're listening to old school stuff.
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
I really like, yeah, new wave of British heavy metal is like my favorite. And then, or it's, you know, in the constant rotation. And then a lot of the Texas bands also. And then, those 2 newer bands, not new, Eternal Champion and like Summerlands. Summerlands is like the newer one out of the 2 of them, but yeah, they're just like American like heavy metal, just kind of like retro vibe. And
So are we talking when we're saying like new wave? Like what kind of bands are you referring to?
oh,
New
well, I
wave
guess for British heavy
British
metal,
heavy
that would
metal.
be like, yeah, we're just a lot of Priest and
Okay, sick.
Iron Maiden, just like that era and stuff like that. Just the stuff that like Metallica was listening to pretty much, like that whole category. And yeah, just a lot of dual harmonies and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. There are a ton of good riffs in that stuff, dude. It's
Yeah.
like just, which you got, I mean, when I listen to bands like yours, I'm like, there is a clear that type of vibe going on. Like those kind of riffs exist in your guys's, it's like carried on in your guys's music.
Yeah, there's like one of the last tracks, or the last track on the album, Eternal Steel, is just like kind of my version of I Am's doing Painkiller, or just I just hope, yeah, it didn't come off too obvious that way, but just like the drum beat and stuff like that, you know, kind of like the structure and stuff too. But yeah, just like kind of paying tribute to that with Andrew doing vocals, so it just doesn't come off that way, really.
Dude, totally. That's the thing. Anytime that we write something that I'm like, dude, everyone's gonna know that this is us biting this thing. It's like no one can. It's you are the only one who hears that.
Yeah, because I mean, one of the like our title track for the last record, or the second one, Hard to Kill, is like the end of it I kind of wrote as a joke, just playing with structure, and I was like, oh, people are gonna definitely be able to tell it's like a Cro-Mags rip, or like, and I just kind of showed the guys, and you know, I don't think fans are really listening, or you know, average listeners are like zooming out that far to, you know, notice the song structure.
They never even heard Cro-Mags.
Yeah, so it was like I was like kind of freaking out about it, but everyone liked it, and we're like, okay, yeah, let's use it. But yeah, I don't know, I just want to be unique and stuff, but you know, I think song structure tricks or whatever you want to call it, it's like that's not really something everyone's gonna notice, or
not at all. And the thing about a good song structure is that when it's really good, you don't even notice that it's a structured song. You know what I mean?
Just feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not apparent to other people that you've done this thing that's like a math equation or whatever.
Yeah. And that's something I'm having a lot of fun with, because like when we first started, like the earlier stuff we were playing earlier, and then the first album was just like that song structure of like, you know, when you're young, you're just like writing, oh, what would be cool next? And like, that's as far as you're thinking, just what hits hard in the very next second, instead of like what, you know, zooming out what sounds good as a whole and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, I kind of get nerdy about all that stuff, but it's fun.
Dude, it's
That's
awesome.
a good thing to get nerdy about.
Yeah.
That's been my favorite part of writing music lately, is how focused we are on song structures. Like we have obviously cared in the past about song structures, but we also have like this prog element to our band. So we like allowed ourselves to go in weird prog directions, but now we're like, let's write songs. Like, let's look at these songs as individual entities and just write a good fucking song.
Yeah.
And it's been one of my favorite things to do because people underestimate how hard it is to actually to write a song that's like cohesive and goes well together
And not boring.
and not boring.
Yeah, you know.
And it, like, you know, everyone, metal people, not everyone, but metal people like to be like, oh, pop music would be so easy to write. It's like, dude, I know it seems easy, but it's very hard to make a song flow together really well, like what they're doing, and come up with a melody that hooks you, catchy vocal patterns, catchy solo, make sure that stuff is stuck in people's heads.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to like try to do that.
Oh, definitely. I think, just growing up around like listening to Power Trip and stuff like that, that's one of the things I noticed they do insanely well is just, it's like thrash and like hardcore just in like a pop song structure that just, I mean, all those elements are there for like a hook, like simplicity done well, like, you know, tastefully, and just like, you know, taking those little tidbits of like, you know, how can we do things better? Just, it's definitely, that's something they do well, is just writing, you know, those hooks and just memorable riffs, like super, like not overdoing it or not trying to be too reinventing the wheel type of thing. Just like, you know, just kind of, sticking to like bare bones and just doing what they do well.
Yeah. And then, so to be able to do that, I feel like, and then another layer on top of that, be original within that.
Yeah.
That is like a total art in my view.
Having a certain like brand of like riffing or whatever you do. Like,
and then it's not boring, but it's just like all these cool elements at play. And it's like, I don't know, it's just really fun. I love it.
Absolutely.
So
rather than just being like, I'm just going to stream of consciousness like riffs, which is also really sick. I don't have anything, like no problem with that. It's just like a new challenge, you know?
Get like more specific with the stuff you're using for songs. Like I'll sit down, just voice memo, just 5 minutes of riffing and just, you know, take the one part that was good and like, or I mean, there might be usable parts, but like the one key part and then do something with that, you know, as opposed to just like using everything that comes to mind at first.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I didn't really like lock into that until I like worked with Whitechapel on an album and like played drums, and they were like talking about that kind of stuff, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like care about the song in general, not just like I'm gonna come in here and fucking jazz hands all over the whole record. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing that I thought was interesting that he took from the Whitechapel thing was that they tracked Phil's vocals first. So you know, Phil's vocals are a super prominent part of that band. So it's interesting that they chose to do that and then go around with the instrumentals and write everything around those vocals.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, like they had like the demos and stuff, but it would be like if I did like a fill or something, you know, like Mark recorded it and he'd be like, "That's a pretty cool fill. Let me let me pull up the vocals and make sure it works with the vocals." And like sometimes it would and sometimes it wouldn't.
So they like had the songs demoed first and then
they had like everything was done and I did the drums last. Okay. And so anything I did, they could check it out up against everything else that was going on.
Yeah.
And so maybe I had some cool idea for like, you know, I call it jazz hands. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't sound good with the rest. And I feel like with us, like doing it the other way, I would like be so busy on drums and then like we would do the vocals and it's kind of like a lot of the space is eaten up, you know?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
It was just like a total learning experience for me.
Oh, definitely.
And like I came back and I was like, Cheney, dude, we gotta like pay attention to the vocals and like, you know what I mean? Just like totally obvious stuff that everybody knows, but I feel like in metal, you kind of do go backwards in a way. You know, like when you first get into it, you're like, I'm going to make the craziest metal of all time. And then you kind of go from there like, all right, maybe I should dial it into like a vibe.
Yeah. Like it's cool to go hard on certain parts, but you save it for those parts and like.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, it's a tool. We have that there when we need it.
Right.
And and I think it's just so fun. I just love it all.
Are you guys the type of band who can write when you're on tour?
We're actually kind of doing a little bit of that. Like before we left for tour, like Chris or the whole, you know, everybody came up and you were just like tossing around like riffs and like, just chatting about which ones we like and stuff like that. So, and I think the main challenge with like writing collaboratively over the years is just like we all don't live that close to each other. So it's, that time constraint of like we got to hammer out a song like in these 2 days. It's kind of, you know, so like we're using this time that we're hanging out on the road for however long, and especially having like a 6-man with us, like that helps a lot because we get to like hang out and, you know, riff and talk about music and stuff like that. So we're gonna be trying to like do some stuff on the road, especially off days and stuff. But we haven't really before. But this will probably be the first time we're trying to ride on the road.
That's freaking awesome.
It's super sick. So are you guys selling your own merch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That was the final one that I'm like, yes, because I was the one who sold our merch.
Yeah.
And when I could let go of that, I was like, all right, being on tour is fun now.
Yeah.
You know, it is fun to sell merch, don't get me wrong. And now I still hang out at merch like all night, but when the band is like eaten up by I don't know that people who are fans know how much work it takes to be a band on tour.
Yeah.
And when you're selling your own merch and, you know, you don't have a 6th man with you, it's like the band is the crew as well.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
a lot of shit to do.
Yeah. Like this last tour we did with Suicide Silence was crazy because we did, I don't know, like 23 shows in a row with no breaks. And we did all the driving and all the merch and, you know, like loading and whatnot, and still had to make energy to play and like give a good show and everything. So that was tough. So this is a lot better. You just even having help with driving, like that's huge for us because we hadn't really balled out on expenses for like bringing another guy until now. But it already feels way better. I can only imagine when we're not having to do any merch.
Well, we took Harrison on a tour last year and he drove for us, so we had crew and a driver, and that was like, I've never felt more bougie on a fucking tour in my life.
Europe,
you know?
Yeah, but here, our own.
Yeah, it was like being in Europe, but
sick.
here it was, and we do the Planet Fitness thing, you know.
Yeah.
So having someone to drive us to, and we were at a Planet Fitness every morning when we woke up. So that was like, instead of having one of the band members stay up all night, which, dude, that's so taxing on your overall performance and your energy all day.
Definitely.
Staying up all night and driving, it's crazy.
Yeah, just like feeling completely shot, and getting, you know, I don't think anyone likes that feeling of just being completely dead and like, okay, we got to go crush it right now, that sort of thing. But this one's nicer. We feel a little bougie, but we're not going crazy with it yet.
Yeah,
One day we will.
Ultimately, I don't mind driving that much. So I mean, we wound up having Harrison do other stuff.
Yeah. We
Splitting
went without
driver.
a driver on the next tour, and it's
kind of the same to me.
Yeah, it's not so bad if you have people to do other stuff, or, you know, if someone's good at driving. But dude,
just someone there to help is fucking huge.
Oh yeah,
Just do stuff.
definitely.
Just do stuff. Load in, fucking help with the lights. Like,
Especially those changeovers when even since we do the merch, like where we need to go on stage or like go warm up and then you know, tear down our stuff real quick before we head back to the merch table. Like that's even huge too, because that's like right after our set. Perfect time for people to come like say what's up. So having help is insane.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cheney would just have to literally like dart straight to merch. Like, you know, I'm sure you guys know.
There are so many pictures out there of me with just like makeup running and the sweatiest, most fucked up hair of all
And
time.
they're like, can I take a picture with you?
Yes, and I'm never gonna turn anyone down.
Right.
Like, no, just wait until I like look good again, you know. So, but that's what being in a band is. You know, that's the price you have to pay to do the thing that you love, which is actually completely incredible. I'm sure your dad's like amazed by what you're doing.
He's stoked. He did some like big tours a couple of times, but
that's cool.
Yeah, he's very proud.
Was it with Country Acts?
Yeah, there was this guy Sundance who won The Voice in 2016.
Oh damn!
And he did like a couple weeks out with Blake Shelton in a
That's that's
all right.
Sick.
Yeah,
sick. That's awesome.
Do you guys like country music?
I do.
I love
it's
country
like what
music.
I grew up on. So
Me too, man. I love it. I'm from Iowa, but you know, it's the Midwest. We want to be Southern, and like, what are you guys? Southwestern? Is that Texas, or are you Southern?
I think we're just Southern.
Okay, well, we kind of want to be Southern in Iowa, you know. So it's like country music. I grew up on that shit. I love it.
Yeah,
90s
Andrew's
country.
all country. Just like that's pretty much the majority of what he plays in the band for sure is country stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a Harley dude too, so you know.
I love it, dude.
He's
living
like
the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right,
exactly.
That makes me way more happy. I feel like with that guy, if you're like, he hates country and drives a Prius, I'd be like, I don't know about this. I don't know.
No,
I'm
this-
not buying it now.
I wouldn't be able to look at him the same tonight
Yeah.
when he's screaming about Texas.
Yeah,
Right.
he's got to live the
No, he-
lifestyle, dude.
He for sure lives it. Like just built some, or he bought some property like way out, about like an hour and a half from Dallas, and just built from scratch like a shed, like a tool shed and all that, and a structure around his camper. Like built it all himself with him and his wife. And yeah, he's definitely
I love this guy.
he's a handy guy, handy Andy for sure.
That's awesome.
That's hella awesome. Is he the oldest dude in your guys' band?
Yes, yeah,
That's cool.
30,
Freaking
I believe. Yeah,
30. Wow, he's really getting up there.
yeah,
That's an old man.
yeah.
How old are you guys?
26.
29.
That's cool.
Okay.
Young and doing the damn thing. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
I love it.
I used to
one
be
of
the youngest, and then Jaden took my spot. at
Okay,
21.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 21. I can't even imagine, honestly, being a 21-year-old and just kind of like going out and doing it right away. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, what is his history? Was
He's just like an insane guitar player. Like we had or Brandon sent me a clip of Jaden. He just like by ear learned all of the Iron Gate. That's one of the singles we put out for the album, and played my solo like better than me and stuff. And I was just, he's like, yeah, this guy's gonna be in the band one day.
Like 2 days after we released that.
Yeah, it's not like he
Oh.
took a lot of time. I mean, I'm sure he took time with it, but it's like it was super quick and super accurate, like almost 100% exactly how it was played on the record and stuff. And then he's just like an insane guitar player, and we took him out to do merch for one of our shorter headliners, and I think that was his first tour. And then shortly after that, like his first tour on stage with us was Thyroid is Murdered, Kubla Khan, On Death, Us, and Justice for the Damned. So it was just like, like all theaters, and like
That's so sick.
that was his like first full tour, and yeah, he was just crushing it. So it's
Hell yeah.
yeah, we kind of threw him in there, like, but he got like experience, like he knows what he's doing and everything, and he's like super willing to like learn and all that and help like everything. So he's a great team player.
That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about with a band.
Oh yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
hard to find the people. I know we were kind of talking about this earlier, but keeping a band together with all of the things we're talking about, you have to like work really hard, drive overnight, and keeping a band together is one of the hardest things to
Yeah,
do.
Definitely.
So finding sick people who you can rely on and who are way into it and stoked and happy about it all the time is like the best possible way to spend life on the road, because it is hard. Whether or not we're like living out our dreams, we are. That's cool. I wouldn't want to do anything other than what I do, but it's a hard lifestyle to choose.
Yeah, like sacrificing all the comfort and like just spending time with your family or whatever you want to do at home.
Yeah.
That stability just kind of taken away for a bit. But yeah, it's definitely difficult. That's why I love like the lineup we have now. It's just makes it so much easier when like everybody's stoked, and especially having a young guy that's always stoked about everything. It's super sick.
We're gonna get an 18-year-old in our band.
Yeah,
Young guy.
fresh.
We're going as young as possible.
Hyped up.
We'll get a
Liven
high
it up.
schooler, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So you guys are on this tour. Is it like a full U.S. run?
Yeah. US
Hell
and
yeah.
Canada.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, right. We were talking earlier. You're going to Canada. And
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Gotta
Yeah,
hit up
dude.
that A&W Beyond Burger.
Oh yeah, that was a nightly thing for sure. We just hit some Canada dates on that Suicide Silence tour, and I was crushing those like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, is
me
that,
too,
that the one with peeling flesh?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're sick as fuck.
Love
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys.
Damn, I wish we could
Yeah,
have
they
seen
rip.
that. That's
They're-
awesome.
They're
I think
something.
it went to Atlanta, maybe.
Definitely. Every tour goes to Atlanta, right?
I don't know.
I remember
Memphis.
seeing the flyer and I was like, damn, we should go, but we didn't.
Was it Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't know.
really?
Like a game shop or something.
Oh,
Fuck,
yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
hella sick.
Wait, was it kind of like a small venue and there was a little area on the side for games?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like an arcade sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Black
I remember
Lodge.
pinball specifically
Yeah.
at the spot, but it was
Yeah.
really small. Like the backstage was almost as big as the main area.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
I bet that was super packed out and crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
their set went like crazy. Like Soda was doing all these shout outs from like rappers there from that area, and just like it's
Just hyping.
oh dude, yeah, it
amazing.
was chaos when they were playing. It was-
Damn.
yeah, they go
we
off.
fucked up. We should have went to that.
I
Are
know.
you kidding me?
We played that
Damn
same venue like maybe 5 or 6 years ago with Whitechapel, and it was like
Oh, yeah.
maniacal. It was
yeah.
Whitechapel and Carnifex and Rings of Saturn and us, and it was like
Yeah.
off the chain.
Oh yeah.
But it was so fucking hot in that place because
Yeah.
the stage is like as big as this table, from what I remember, right? And
They
like
might
up
have
off the ground.
redone it. I mean, it wasn't too. I mean, it was a very narrow stage, but it wasn't like we'd played, more uncomfortable stages for sure. But
Of course,
uh,
there's always a more uncomfortable stage, dude.
yeah, there definitely. There's one in Florida I'm thinking of right now, but yeah, that was a cool spot. I enjoyed it, and but
It had
yeah,
to be the same spot.
I think so. I mean, if it's an arcade thing in Memphis,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
for sure the same spot. I would say.
So are your guys' favorite shows always in Texas?
I feel like, yeah. I mean, last time we played Dallas was, or like not on tour was this Texas Death Fest that we do.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Was who was on it?
It was us, Tribal Gaze,
Was
Ballista.
it Frozen Soul?
No, that's Frozen Soul does that Wrecking Ball one.
Oh yeah.
And we played that the first time they did it, and but that fest is sick. But yeah, like Texas Death Fest is just like we're putting on for like local homies and just what's going on in
It's
our
your
areas.
guys' festival.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick.
So we just like scout out like the bands that we enjoy listening to, or I'll go to a lot of shows, and I mean there's like so many good bands
That's a
in
fucking
Dallas.
good idea, man.
Just even we haven't really expanded it past Dallas except for Life Cycles from San Antonio.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
saw them last time.
Chris
Yeah.
Sanchez,
That's our boy.
dude, that's
Yeah.
our boy.
Yeah.
And their new EP is really fucking sick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it rips.
they crushed it.
It sounds amazing too. Like,
Yeah.
the fucking production quality is really good.
Yeah, my buddy Jason like tracked it or recorded it and produced, and then
Okay.
I sent it off to Zeus, and then
Okay.
yeah,
Zeus mixed that.
Yeah, I was wondering who did it because I was like, damn, this fucking sounds sick.
Yeah, I mean, Chris
Sounds clean.
Sanchez to me is honestly like one of the best bass players that there is.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He's insane.
He's
Yeah.
fucking,
Oh yeah.
we've
Yeah.
like played with Life Cycles since I want to say 2017, 2018 or something, and just like seeing that dude do his thing and just still spinning the guitar around and all that, or he would do
Yeah,
those,
he
like,
rips, dude. He's
Yeah,
insane.
that whole band is insanely talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime like I'll see, live videos that Chris posts in his stories, and I was watching a bunch of their live videos. They just seem like such a sick live band. Like people go off for them.
We almost, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I know we love playing with them, but it's like when they play before us, we're like, damn. Like,
Oh yeah, we've
Yeah.
been through that with certain bands. We didn't play before them, but Spite played right after us, and we were like,
We're
we
like,
didn't even need to
suck.
play the
Yeah,
show.
we're like, we suck.
Like,
We just got
we're-
so
yeah,
crushed.
we suck.
Yeah.
That was
No,
like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. We were like,
Yeah.
this band's so
like-
hype live. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
We get that feeling every time I see Life Cycles play. It's just they're tight as hell, and
Yeah,
they're
they're great.
they're also a lot of fun to watch, and they're the sickest hang too. Like
Yeah, hell yeah.
No
Great.
set list either. They just
Really?
they just call songs out.
God,
Dude, I love
man,
that.
that's
Love
like
that.
what I wish that we could do, but I'm
We're all,
like,
like,
it'll never
tech and
happen.
nerdy.
Yeah, we're a little
Yeah.
too tech and nerdy.
Like, what about the
I guess.
lights, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We have stuff MIDI programmed to
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
go
We
off at
could
the
we
right time.
could freak it so like I could hit different songs.
Yeah, we never will.
Yeah, we know.
But that's like the dude.
would
You
be
go
sick,
up
though.
and you call out. So every set they do is different.
The last 10 life cycle set I've seen. Yeah, just
That's
they
awesome.
gather around
That's
after
so
the
sick.
But they're like very much on the same page about like everything. Like they're all from the same city, and they jam a bunch. That's
San Antonio, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm jealous of like living super close to each other to like have that
I know.
flexibility to like
That's
meet
so
up that
cool.
often. But yeah, they can read each other on stage real easily, and they always crush it. Like you wouldn't expect that it's just called out or anything like that.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I mean,
So sick.
so what gave you guys the idea to do the festival?
We were just kind of we hadn't played Dallas in like that wasn't on it. We haven't played like a Dallas date that wasn't on tour, and we're just like we miss doing more like local side of things and just being more involved in like our own home scene and stuff. And so yeah, we just wanted to organize it ourselves and just do that. And we wanted to put on for like our friends, the bands that we like from our area, and
That's so fucking cool.
yeah, the first one went over really well, and it was like sold out and everything. And it was like the first show that I had personally booked, so
Dude,
that
hell
was
yeah.
it was a lot of fun. And so yeah, we're just like planning for the next one and everything. Try to keep it going.
Have you announced the next one yet, or
Not yet.
do you know when it's gonna be though?
We're looking at a couple or 2 dates, but yeah, we haven't like locked it down yet. But we've got like lineups and stuff like that, or lineup in the works and everything. So
That's so sick. Well, when we start our own festival in Nashville, it's directly because of this conversation.
No, I'm literally right now like,
the wheels are spinning right now.
We
Yeah,
have to do that.
I mean, we moved to Nashville like 2.5 years ago, but since we moved here, I feel way more connected to the Nashville scene than I ever did to the Santa Cruz scene. And I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, and I was like a part of the scene there. Like that's where I grew up. That was like my thing, and here the scene is starting to come alive. I feel there's a band called Inferi that's from here. Fallujah now lives here. We live here. So it's like, I think it would be so cool. And that's a great idea to like lift up the community. We're doing this thing now, like the people who shoot our promos, and we're having a person do our music videos who live in Nashville and in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So dude, it's trying to keep it local. And we come from like our respective scenes. Like we grew up in that shit. So being able to be in a position where you can put something together, like a sick festival where it's going to sell out and a bunch of local people are going to come and hang and find out about all these sick bands. That's just really inspiring.
It's definitely sick. Like I just love going to local shows in Dallas. Like there's so many of my friends are in amazing bands, and it's just like, why wouldn't I like, or why wouldn't we just put on a show and just,
that's a genius idea.
Yeah.
Like my mind is like blown right now. Like, of course, it's so obvious.
Yeah, shout out Ozone and Visions, the Mortality, and all the
It's
homies.
fucking sick, man.
That's my beloved. All that.
What venue is it at?
Last year was at Andy's in Denton, and this year we're gonna do it at Tulips in Fort Worth. I think it's like maybe owned by the same dude, but because I contacted the same guy for it. But yeah, no, it's just a really cool spot in Fort Worth, and I feel like Fort Worth particularly is where a lot of the good hardcore is, or like where a lot of the hype is and stuff in Dallas, and just stuff popping off. Like it's a good spot.
So sick.
Whatever happened to that? Was it called Tomcats in Fort Worth?
Yeah.
The place with the bouncy stage? Do you remember that?
Oh, Tomcats. Yeah, that was my second show I ever played at Tomcats.
People
I was
were
like 14
smoking
or
up in
something.
there.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
yeah.
just smoking
secondhand
twigs.
smoke. That was dope. But yeah, I don't know if it's still up.
Shows don't seem to really go there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that James, that sound dude there, was insane. That venue always sounded the best. But yeah, I don't think stuff's happened there for a while.
We played there a few times.
Yeah, we did. And I just remember like on that stage, it was like you could jump up and down, and there'd be like, it was like a trampoline type thing.
Have a little give too.
Yeah, a little give. You could get higher.
And it was like pieced together with like plywood and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh yeah.
it was legit.
And then there's that other spot in Fort Worth. It's kind of a bigger place. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Ridgely Theater?
No, it's a place we just played with Archspire. I can't remember, but it's crazy to me. Like Fort Worth seems to have a bunch of venues as well as Dallas.
Yeah, there's definitely like two scenes going on, but it's like everybody, especially nowadays, everyone like rocks with everything. And yeah, there's like, I feel like Fort Worth has been where a lot of the shows have been going down.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's between like the Metroplex of like Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton. Like there's a lot of cool spots to hit.
Yeah. I've like we haven't played Trees in years and years.
We're actually playing Trees for the first time on this tour, which is cool because I'd always gone to shows there and all that. But yeah, this will be the first.
We got to play there with Dillinger on their last tour. I don't know if you guys are Dillinger fans, but I'm a fucking Dillinger fan, and that was crazy at Trees. But the only bad thing about Trees is that there's like a pole on the stage.
The tree.
Yeah. Is it on the stage, the tree?
No, it's like in the crowd.
Yeah, it's in the crowd. That's it.
Yeah, it kind of makes it a little difficult, but yeah, it's still a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, that's sick. All right, so it's 5:15, so we've kind of got to get out of here. But say again the name of your festival so that everyone can. It's Texas.
Texas Death Fest.
Hell yeah! Everyone go and check that out. Check out Life Cycles. I know we're gonna fly out for your festival. Can we get guest list for your festival?
Yeah, we got you.
Hell yeah! So everyone check out all of the bands that we've talked about this whole time, and also check out like all of the bands coming out of Texas because.
Oh yeah.
And we
There's
fucking
something in the
appreciate
water down
you
there.
guys coming over, man. I know it's like hard to get out of the show.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
thank you so much.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah.
It's
you
been
guys for having
awesome.
us.
Yeah, go check out I Am on this tour with Darkest Hour, you guys. Tour dates will post.
Fuck yeah, man.
And you have a good week.
I'm looking forward to the show too, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
stoked.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. Or no,
Love
see you.
y'all.
Also Thursday, new ENTHEOS KoperCrabb Happy Hour.
That's right.
That's gonna be on Twitch. We'll see you guys there.
7:30
Peace.
Central Standard Time.